Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope you all are doing super well. Today I wanted to show you the pages inside my December daily and just how far I take them before the month of December starts. I know some people really enjoy getting all the details in so that they can just stick their photos in and whatever come December, you know, where they're super busy or whatever. I like to do more of my actual decorating and stuff in December when I have the ephemera and the packaging and all that I'm going to use in my hand, so I know what to do. No right or wrong way, it's completely up to you. So I'm just gonna make a quick little video and show you some of the pages that I have in here and how it's laid out. So if you've seen my last video, you know that I had this as the cover from my big Christmas book, and then I made this tag. This is the finished tag here. See, I did put the little hole enforcers, and then it says 2020 Merry Christmas. And of course, this is the gingerbread cookie and candy themed December daily. If you haven't seen my previous videos on this, I will try to remember to link them below. But anyway, let's get into it. So on the inside, this was just an old book that I cut apart. I like the size of this, and that's why I chose this particular one. But it was the inside covers here were just like yellow, gross, like not cool old paper. It was gross old paper. So, and this one I covered it with this page here with all the, from the I Spy book with all the cookies and stuff. Then I have a little pocket here, and I just put this greeting card. It's a little postcard, but a greeting card. And you'll have to excuse this. This every time I start the video, it seems like these people come around with the lawnmower, and this is the second time, and all he's mowing is a tiny little strip like this wide. I don't know why he had to come by twice. Anyway, excuse me for that. So here's a little pocket, and I put a card in there. Of course, I can stick other things in here. When you make a December daily, guys, anything can be moved, should be able to be moved around. The only thing is, if you do a TN where the pages are sewn in, unless you do what Linda from LP Red Flower does, she makes her TN, she journals it, and then sews it together. Now, if you do that, if you felt like you needed to move pages around, you could still do that. But if you're going to start with a TN that's already made, you're going to have problems that you're not going to be able to move the pages around if you want to, okay? Now, this is just, I cut off this is the front of a little kid's book called The Tale of the Christmas Mouse, and I thought it was a cute little wrap around. The back of it is kind of yucky. It's got half a label, some child's name or whatever on there. I am going to cut that out. I mean, not cut it out. I'm going to cut a piece of paper and glue it on there to cover the whole thing. Then I just have some pieces of scrapbook paper, two-sided and one-sided. And what I'm going to do is on some of these, I'm going to go ahead and round the edges. Not on all of them, just on some of them. Just to give them a little bit of difference, to make them look a little different. I'm going to round some of the edges. And then here's another pocket. I have a lot of pockets in this one because I do get a lot of receipts and stuff that I like to stick in. But also, it's a lazy reason, because if you don't want to cut the paper, you can just fold it up or fold it in and make it the size you need it. So just a thought there. But I did have to glue, of course, the sides. Once you fold it over, you have to glue the sides. And this is just the front of an old Christmas card. I have my family save their cards. This one was obviously an English one. From someone in my English side of the family had mailed this to my mom or dad, or my parents. And I always ask my family members to save their Christmas cards, because you can cut the fronts off and use them in crafting. There's so many different ways you can use cards too. So, if they give you the cards and you don't like some of them, that's fine. Throw them in the recycling. But I always ask for them because there's a lot of cute ones that you can use. All right, and then here's again, this is another greeting card right here. This was done by a young man who's autistic, and it's so cute, these little snowmen. And guys, here's another thing. I don't mind if the orientation's not straight on. This card should be this way in my book, but my book's not wide enough, so that doesn't bother me. It's still a cute picture. If I want to look at it, I just turn my book this way so I can see it. but I can certainly see it this way and appreciate it. And cards like this again was the front of a card. I cut it off. So there's lots of room to journal or stick things to the back. This again is just a piece of cardstock. So just these plain cardstocks. I think these are the ones I might just round the edges. Now this, guys, this was actually the piece. It's cardboard. It is a piece of a old vintage box of Christmas ornaments. This was the bottom of the box, and I didn't need the box anymore, so I decided I would save the best part of it. Some of it was kind of torn and everything, and there is some marks here. There's some old tape here, which I love. It's gonna, you know, be covered mostly with things, but so old packaging is always great to use in your December daily. And then this is just a smaller little piece of cardstock. I don't like all my pages to be the same size, and I don't like them to be this, if they're not going to be the same size. Some might be mounted on the top and some might be mounted at the bottom. So all my small ones aren't necessarily at the top. They're mixed, okay? And here's another piece of just cardboard cardstock. So I'm just going to round the edges on that one. And then here's another pouch. I love this paper. It is so cute. I'm not sure what collection. This is, I think it's a Pebbles collection, but I love the little toadstools in there. I think they're so cute. And then this is just a vintage greeting card here with the nativity on it. A beautiful old greeting card. And I'm probably not going to write on that at all. I'm just going to use it in here as something interesting to look at. So, you know, next year and years to come, when I'm going through it, I'll see this beautiful old card in there. And then here's another one that I'm just gonna, just a piece of cardstock, and I'm gonna go ahead and round the edges. See, now here's a smaller piece, and it's at the bottom. Remember, the last one was at the top, and I think I'll go ahead and round the edges on this one too. This is double-sided paper. And then this is a page here from that book that I showed about, I think it's like My Christmas or something, and every page had where you fill in stuff about yourself, and there are different topics. I took the food pages out. It says, here's a picture of me eating my favorite Christmas food. Well, there's probably not going to be a picture of me because you'd be hard pressed to actually get a picture of me. I hate getting my picture taken. I don't like looking at myself. I just can't stand it. So probably what might go in here is a receipt if I go out to eat some of my favorite food. I'll put the receipt in there. And then the back of this one talks also about, this is something about a costume parade, which has nothing to do with me whatsoever. So probably most of this will be covered up. But I did go ahead and, for right now, I wouldn't use this paper clip in my December daily. I'll change it out for a Christmassy one, and I'll put bells on it and ribbon and all that. But just for right now, I put my wish list, my Christmas wish list in here. It will go somewhere in, you know, the front part of my December daily. This is just a little scrap paper that I had left over, a small piece, so I decided to throw it in. Because like I said, having pages different sizes, different widths, I think for me, that adds interest. If you like them all the same, that's perfectly fine. This is a preference thing. It's your journal. You do it the way you want to do it. I just like to have things kind of all over the place. So there's that one. And then this here is a page from one of the Ideals magazines. And I love the picture. I didn't want to cut it off, so I just folded it over so I can look at the whole picture. This is a candy store here, which is just awesome. But then the inside is also a cute little vintagey snow scene, like in a little village and stuff. And actually, I was thinking, well, I'll just cut it here because that's enough candy. I can look at that. But when I flipped it over and looked at the back, it's like, you know, I really like this picture too, and I didn't want to cut it off. So I'm just going to fold it in, and this might not be, well, nothing's going to be glued on this because I actually like the picture. This is an extra page just to look at the picture. However, I could take a paper clip, and clip something in here, and that wouldn't damage the picture. You know, I could still look at either side of the pictures and enjoy them. So for right now, I'm just leaving that like it is. But like I said, if I have so much stuff that I need this page, I'm just going to paper clip it in. So that's a thought. Everything doesn't have to be permanent. You know, if you use paper clips and stuff, you can save your pictures and attach, you know, what you want, obviously. So here's a piece of paper. This is one-sided cardstock here, and because it's one-sided, it left this white when I folded it over to make this pocket here. But this is going to be fun to decorate right here. I'm going to do something, you know, you can do stickers or decoupage, or just, you know, put a card over it, whatever. A sentiment, you know, or paper, and then a sentiment. Lots of things you can do. And this little insert in here is actually this little kitty. It says welcome. This is actually an invitation to a holiday party. Probably I won't be going to any holiday parties this year because of COVID, but you never know, you know, if things change. But I can certainly write on the back of her here if I want to. So then I have, okay, I think I showed you in one of my other videos that I wanted to use this Domino's confectioner sugar box because I do a lot of baking. My family, my extended family who comes to our house on Christmas expect a big tray of multiple kinds of cookies. So I do a lot of baking, and I thought somehow I might incorporate that. I didn't like the yellow in the journal, like as a page. I was going to do that, and I just couldn't figure out where it would fit best. So for right now, it's just going to be clipped in here, and I'm good with that. And this is just a little card from a, it was a coloring, like a kid's card to color in. And you see there's holes here and here. That's because I had actually cut it for another journal and never used it. But those holes didn't line up with these holes for this book, and I don't care. It's fine. It's fine with me. I just think it's a cutie little picture, and of course I can journal on the back. Here's just a piece of vellum. It's kind of, you're not going to be able to see it, I don't think, in this light. It's kind of luminescent vellum. And so I'll probably put a pretty card or something here, you know, insert one when I get one, because I love the look of how it mutes the picture. The vellum mutes the picture. So here's just a piece of cardstock, again, folded over to make into a little pouch. I just stuck this in. It's just a little extra piece of paper, but it's got the candy canes on it. This is a vintage bingo card. Now here's just another piece of cardstock, and we'll just go ahead and round the edges on that one. This is a little envelope, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this from where you are. It faintly says right here, Season's Greetings, and there's footprints, like little dog footprints, and I don't know, bunny footprints and raccoon footprints. It's an envelope, so I just put it in this way to open from the back side. Usually I flip them so that they open from the front side, but I decided, no, this time I'm going to do it from this side. And I just put this little die cut of this snowman on the edge here like this, just as something a little bit interesting and to help open it and remind me there's something in it. Then this is just a page from a kid's book here. Oh, this is the one about me, and it talks about Christmas food. Have you ever noticed there's a theme with me and food? My personal trainer actually mentioned that today. She said, you really are into food, aren't you? Because I'm like always talking about food. I just happened to tell her that I bought a dehydrator, and I started dehydrating some stuff. But I am interested in food. I really like the science of food too, and some of you may not know this, but I have a degree in dietetics. I am no longer registered. I worked in a nursing home for a long time, but I'm no longer registered with the board, but I do keep up on food, and I am interested in food, and I like food. So here's my Christmas food page, and it's got this cutie little gingerbread house on it. And then this is another page from the I Spy book, and I'm just going to go ahead and round the edges on this one. And like I had mentioned before, guys, if you can ever find these I Spy books, not even just the Christmas ones, if for your other journals, the other themed ones, they are so fun. You just have to make sure you don't spend all your time looking for what they're... See, down here it would tell you what you're looking for, that you don't spend all your time looking for those things, because I've done that. All right, and here's another piece of cardstock that I folded up and just a scrap of paper in there in case I want to use it. Of course, anything can be moved around. I could punch holes in it and put it in, whatever. I'm just kind of putting stuff together a little bit. Here's another little piece of paper. It says a Merry Christmas. It's got that vintagey feel, and then this candy cane looking paper here. Then this is approximately where I think Christmas Eve would be, and I've got this sheet music here. Again, I didn't want to cut it off. It's the first Noel. I didn't want to cut it down, so I just folded it over. And then here's a little book called Christ the Savior is Born, and it's a little story of the Nativity, and I just have that tucked in here. I'll probably put a paper clip in there to hold it in there come time. And here's the back. I love the pictures in this little music book. Look how cute they are. Isn't that adorable? And then here's just a page. It's just a piece of cardstock. This is from the Santa Baby collection. And I just glued this little piece of kitty paper. She's actually a notebook or a notepad piece of paper. She's glued down, or she's decoupaged down there. And I figured, I could write, if I put receipts or tickets or something here, I could write on her here and do a little writing. And then on the back side, because this paper's so busy, I'll probably just leave it as it is. This is just a little thing that I had made a huge banner with all of these pictures from the Night Before Christmas from an old book, and I dismantled the banner, and that's just one of the pieces in there. This is the little page from 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, like a Victorian looking one, and so I put that in there. And I think I showed you guys this before, Christmas pudding right there. That's from an Ideals magazine. And then here's like a poem, and it got cut off, but that doesn't bother me. Again, this will probably be covered up with stuff. Here's another cardstock with snowmans on it that I just folded it up. It's a two-sided. This ledger is actually the back of the snowman paper, and then I put that in there. And the tags and stuff, I'll decorate them all, whatever. I'll show you, maybe I'll make some videos as I'm working on it, but I'll definitely, when I'm completed, I will do a complete run through of it in January. And here's just a small piece of paper, and I love this. This is the birch trees. Isn't that beautiful? So I just stuck that in, and now here's another piece of cardstock that looks like candy canes. So we're just going to round that one. Here's another small little piece of paper here. And here's some cardstock, and you're not going to be able to tell, but this has glitter on it. Where the white is, it's all glittery. So we're going to round that one off. And then so here on the back of this, remember back in the day, I don't think they do it anymore, but back in the day, because some of this is really old, there were markings on the back of the paper, like who made the paper and everything. I'll just cover that up. I'll probably cut a strip of paper and just cover that up, or maybe even make a little pocket, and so you wouldn't see it because the paper will be covering it up. All right, and then here's just another piece of cardstock, this little gingerbread cardstock, but instead of cutting it off, I folded it over and glued it and just stuck this little thing. This is from Santa Baby, that collection. It's got peppermints and cocoa, and then we've got the peppermints and the gingerbread, which is all about this book. And then this is just another piece of cardstock. Oops, I didn't do it very good on, there we go. And then this is the very back. Again, I had to cover the inside because it was grody paper. I put a piece from I think this was from my big Christmas book, and it's the gingerbread recipe, gingerbread men recipe with a little gingerbread. But I have this cute little bag here. It opens up like this, and it looks like a peppermint with the candy cane and stuff. I'm actually going to glue this here for anything that doesn't fit in my journal. If something's a little bit too bulky, I can put it in the back here, and that will be fine with me. I don't need this gingerbread recipe. I've got cookie all kinds of cookie cookbooks and stuff, so I really don't need it, and I'm not married to him, so I'm just going to go ahead and cover that there. But I always like to put a little baggie of some kind on the back of my journal for just those items that are a little bit too clumsy, or maybe it's two-sided and you don't know how to attach it in. And just going through this, guys, I just wanted to give you some ideas. As you can see, as I was flipping through this kept getting in the way and it's getting all bent up. So what I might do is just take it off and stick it in one of the envelopes until I'm finished with it, so it doesn't get really buckled. But I don't know. It's not here nor there. I still don't know what else to put on the front, if anything. But it's a work in progress. I wanted to give you a quick peek so that if you're struggling or you run out of ideas, maybe something that I did would give you an idea of something, to help you. That was my whole point of making this video. So I'm not really going to touch this anymore now until December 1st. Like I said, hopefully I'll make a video or two and show you the process of working on it. So guys, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I know a lot of you are watching my channel, you're not subscribing, and a lot of you are watching and not giving me a thumbs up. I really would appreciate it. It takes, 1 nanosecond to click that button, and it really helps me. And until the next video, I hope every one of you is truly blessed. Bye-bye.